A Japanese mother is sitting on the floor of her kitchen. Her 10-month-old is in front of her, struggling to pull himself up against the cabinet. He slips. He tries again. He slips again. She watches. She doesn't reach out. She doesn't say careful. She doesn't move at all. And in that moment of doing nothing, she is doing everything. Japan has held one of the highest average IQs in the world for over 50 years. Not one generation, 5. And the gap isn't small. It's consistent, it's measurable, and it has nothing to do with genetics. Researchers have been trying to explain it for decades, and the answer they keep finding isn't in the classroom. It isn't in the curriculum. It starts here. In the first 3 years of life, in the kitchen, in the bath, in the quiet moments most parents don't even notice. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 of the habits researchers believe matter most. And I'll be honest with you up front, one of them is going to feel deeply uncomfortable. We'll save that one for last. Habit 1. Skinship, the brain habit hidden in touch. In Japan, there's a word that doesn't translate cleanly into English, skinship. It means closeness through physical contact. Mothers and babies bathe together every night. Babies are carried against the body, not pushed in strollers, for the first 2 years of life. Co-sleeping is the norm, not the exception. Now, here's where Western parenting advice gets it wrong. We've been told that too much closeness creates dependency, that carrying a baby too much will spoil them, that they need to learn to self-soothe. The research tells a completely different story. A study published in Developmental Psychology found that infants who experienced consistent physical closeness in their first year showed measurable changes at the molecular level, specifically in the genes that control stress response. Other research from Notre Dame University linked early skin contact to stronger emotional regulation and significantly better cognitive performance years later. Here's what's actually happening inside the baby's brain. When a baby is held consistently, their nervous system learns something at a cellular level. The world is safe. The world is predictable. I am not alone. And a nervous system that isn't spending energy on threat detection has far more capacity for learning, for curiosity, for exploration. The brain doesn't build itself in isolation. It builds itself in relationship. And the first relationship, the one built through touch, warmth, and physical presence, lays the neurological foundation for everything that comes after. Every skill, every word, every idea. You don't need a program for this. You don't need a method. You just need to hold your baby more than you think you should. Habit 2. Katari Kake. Talk to your baby like they already understand. In most Western homes, you'll hear it constantly. The high-pitched voice, the exaggerated tone. Does the baby want the bottle? Yes, he does. It's warm, it's loving, and it's quietly limiting. In Japan, there's a practice called Katari Kake Ikuji, loosely translated as narrating childcare. From the day a baby is born, Japanese mothers speak to them in full, normal sentences. They describe what they're doing, they explain the weather, they narrate dinner being made. To an outsider, it looks strange. The baby can't respond. It looks like a one-way conversation. But here's what's actually happening inside that baby's brain. In one of the most famous studies in child development, researchers Betty Hart and Todd Risley tracked children from birth through their early school years. What they found changed everything. The number of words a child hears before the age of 3 is one of the strongest predictors of their academic success years later. By kindergarten, some children had heard 30 million more words than others. 30 million! Now, I want to be fair here. Some researchers argue that warm, melodic baby talk, what scientists call parentese, does support early language development. And they're right. The warmth matters, the melody matters. What the Japanese approach removes is the simplification, the dumbing down, the assumption that the baby can't handle real language. Katari Kake keeps the warmth. It drops the ceiling. And the result is a baby whose brain is being built on a richer, more complex linguistic foundation from day one. Here's the practical version. Starting today, narrate your morning. We're going to the kitchen now. I'm making your breakfast. It's a little cold this morning. Can you feel that? It will feel strange at first. Do it anyway. Because here's the part I find beautiful. Your baby is already listening. They have been since before they were born. The only question is what they're hearing. Habit 3. Mimamoru. This is the one I told you about at the start, the one that's hardest to practice, the one that looks to westernize like a mother doing nothing. Mimamoru means to watch over while protecting. It's the Japanese belief that children grow stronger when adults resist the urge to intervene at every single moment of difficulty. When the baby struggles to pull himself up, the mother watches. When the toddler can't open the jar, the mother watches. When the child is frustrated, confused, on the edge of giving up, the mother watches. Not coldly, not without care, with a deep, quiet trust that her child has the capacity to work through hard moments. In the West, we're trained to fix things fast. Child struggles, we step in. Child cries, we solve it. Child fails, we rescue. And we do it out of love. But here's the unintended consequence. Every time we rush in, we send our child a silent message. You can't handle this on your own. Developmental psychologists call what happens inside the baby's brain during productive struggle something remarkable. When a child works through a difficult moment, even partially, even imperfectly, the brain releases a small surge of dopamine, not from being praised, not from being helped, from the act of figuring it out. That dopamine response is the neurological signature of genuine confidence, and it is built one small struggle at a time. Marty Rossman, a researcher at the University of Minnesota, tracked children for over 25 years into adulthood. The single best predictor of adult success, better than IQ, better than family income, better than the parent's education, was whether the child had been given real challenges and real responsibility starting between ages 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Most of us are still doing everything for them at that age. Here's the honest truth. Mimamoru is the hardest habit on this list because it goes against every instinct. Watching your child struggle feels like failure. It feels like neglect. Every part of you wants to step in. But that discomfort you feel? That's the brain being built. That's the gift being given. What you can start tonight. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to become Japanese. You just need to shift 3 things. First, hold your baby more than feels necessary. Let the nervous system learn that the world is safe. That's not spoiling, that's building. Second, talk to your baby in full sentences, starting today. Narrate your morning, describe your world, treat them like they're already listening, because they are. Third, the next time your baby or toddler is struggling with something they could eventually figure out on their own, pause, count to 10. Watch. Give them the chance to surprise you. And when they do, don't say, "Good job." Just smile. Let them feel what they just did. Here's what I want you to leave with today. The smartest babies in the world aren't being trained, they're being trusted. They're held close, spoken to like humans, and given the dignity of working through hard things on their own. It's not a curriculum, it's not a program, it's not a technique you buy or a method you follow for 30 days and abandon. It's a way of seeing your child, a decision you make every single morning when you walk into their room. And here's the thing nobody tells you. You don't have to get it perfect. You don't have to do all 3 habits at once. You don't have to overhaul your entire parenting approach tonight. You just have to start somewhere. One small shift, one moment of holding instead of putting down, one sentence spoken to a baby who can't answer back, One pause before you rush in to fix something they might have figured out on their own. That's it. That's the whole philosophy. Small, consistent, intentional. And the most powerful part? You can start any of these tonight with nothing more than the choice to do it. If one of these habits made you pause, let me know in the comments which one. And if you want more on the real science behind how the world's best cultures raise emotionally intelligent, capable kids, subscribe. There's a lot more coming. See you in the next one.